Am I the butthole for telling my girlfriend to cover up her body when strangers enter the home? I am fully aware the title sounds sexist, but hear me out, please. My girlfriend comes from a wealthy background, and she grew up with maids, chefs, chauffeurs, etc. I was raised in a completely opposite environment, and I'm still adjusting to dating someone like her. When we're not with her parents, we spend a lot of time at one of her apartments. At one of her apartments, geez. Here's the issue. My girlfriend likes to walk around home barely wearing anything, which is fine. Awesome even. But she does this even when the help is around. For example, last month her family hired a new driver for her. He stopped by the apartment to introduce himself. My girlfriend was only wearing underwear. Keep in mind, this is the first time they met in person. I felt awkward, he was visibly awkward, and she didn't care at all. She was casually chatting at him while just scrolling away on her phone. She does this all the time. She doesn't think that she needs to wear any decent amount of clothes at all when people that work for her are around. She'll just casually walk around wearing just a thong or a tiny crop top. Just a crop top, nothing else. She even does this with complete strangers. One time, she opened the door for the delivery guy wearing only a see-through gown. You could see everything. Afterwards, I talked to her about it, and she was utterly confused as to why I felt uncomfortable. Then she laughed and told me to stop being a jealous baby. She even said that I'm the one being unreasonable. We had another discussion about this yesterday, and I told her that she probably wouldn't feel comfortable if I did the same. She said that she doesn't understand why I care what her staff thinks, and that it never even crosses her mind that this is inappropriate. She told me that she only does this in the comfort of her own home, and not in front of, quote, actual people, i.e. people that don't work for her. She got kinda mad at me and vented to her friends. According to all of them, I'm weird for having a problem with this, and I'm a butthole for telling my girlfriend to cover up. Somehow, I'm the villain of this story. Am I really the butthole? Okay, so based on my reading of this story, it doesn't even sound like the problem here is jealousy. It sounds like the problem is that your girlfriend isn't treating other people with even baseline respect. I mean, there's always this sort of like underlying idea of like, oh, this girl's naked and she's letting the boys have a pee. Isn't that like funny and kinky and kind of naughty? I mean, yeah, it is if that person is into it, but there's bound to be people who aren't into it. And that's like the fundamental rule of like sex stuff, right? Everyone involved has to be consenting and over 18, of course. That's the other very important rule. There's two important rules, okay? Over 18 and consenting. And when you just force your nudity on other people, then you remove the consenting part of it, which is sucky. It just is. And so at that point, it doesn't become about the jealousy or even about being rude to other people. It's about what this behavior is saying about the type of person that your girlfriend is. And your girlfriend just straight up sounds like kind of a sucky person. She sounds classist and entitled and spoiled and just mean, just not nice, not a considerate person. And yeah, OP, of course, her friends are gonna back her up because that's what young girls do. I'm guessing by this story that she's probably on the younger side, like maybe around the 18 to 25 range, I would guess. So yeah, they're gonna girls support girls, like that's not surprising there. But just because all of her friends say, oh my god, you're the butthole, does not make you the butthole, OP. I think you are completely justified. I think that you're correct here. Like, we haven't even addressed the whole side of the equation where just you, as her partner, you're not comfortable about this. So shouldn't she consider your feelings? But she's not. She's saying, oh, well, deal with it. And, I mean, I guess she has that right. It's her body. But if she's going to make a decision where she says that she's going to show off her body to other strangers that she doesn't know against your wishes, then she has to understand that that's going to upset you. And she can't say that you're weird or you're a butthole for being uncomfortable that you're showing off her body. That's a very reasonable thing to be upset about, OP. OP, I'm giving you 0 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving your girlfriend 2 out of 5 buttholes. I have a sneaking suspicion, OP, that what you're seeing here is just the tip of a giant entitlement and out-of-touch iceberg. Am I the butthole for unpacking my girlfriend's towel? I'm a 31-year-old guy, and I've been dating my 25-year-old girlfriend for about 2 years. My girlfriend has beautiful hair that seems a lot more low maintenance than most women I know. She doesn't use like 100 different hair products, nor does she blow dry it. It honestly doesn't take her long to style her hair or anything. However, she always insists on using the special towel to dry her hair. She insists that she can't use any regular towel for her hair. She gets mad if I use her hair towel as a regular towel too. She says the towel should only be used for her hair. She even bought an extra one of these towels that she keeps in her drawer at my place. She also takes the towel with her whenever she goes on vacation. I usually don't mind it, since the towel doesn't take up much space, and it's better than listening to a hairdryer all the time. But it's weird because I don't know anyone else who has a towel just for their hair. For Thanksgiving, we traveled to see my family. Before the trip, I asked my girlfriend to leave her towel at home since we'd be staying at my parents' house. I didn't want my family to think she was weird or make fun of her. Since we planned to leave early in the morning, my girlfriend spent the night at my place. I noticed that she packed the towel that she kept at my place in her suitcase. When she was asleep, I took the towel out. She didn't notice the towel was gone until we got to my parents' house. I thought it was okay, and my girlfriend didn't seem mad at all during the whole trip. However, when we got back at my place, my girlfriend got into her car and drove off without saying goodbye. She texted me later saying that she's mad at me because of that stupid towel and she needs some space. I keep calling and texting her, but she won't respond. My friends think that she's being overly dramatic, but my girlfriend isn't that type of person. Now I'm wondering if I messed up. Am I the butthole? OP, I don't understand why you're so weirded out by your girlfriend having a favorite towel. Like, who cares? And you think your family's gonna make fun of her by using a towel that she likes? I mean, I have a favorite cereal bowl. Doesn't make me weird. It just means I like this one cereal bowl more than any other cereal bowl. Like, what's with this super spy sneaking around, like smuggling the towel out of her suitcase? Because you're too ashamed that your family could know that your girlfriend has a special hair towel. Like, dude, who cares? Who cares? And just to be clear, OP, your girlfriend isn't giving you space over a stupid towel. Your girlfriend is giving you space because you're the type of person to secretly go into her suitcase while she's asleep and take stuff out without telling her so that she doesn't have the things that she likes because you're self-conscious about a special towel. Oh my god, dude, are you jealous of a towel? Is that what's going on here? It's like, if you're so petty, if you're such like a weird person that you won't even let your girlfriend have a towel, then what other basic joys, what basic rights will you deny your girlfriend just because you're a jerk about it? OP, I'm giving you 1.5 out of 5 buttholes. Your girlfriend gets 0 out of 5 buttholes. Honestly, dude, grow up. Am I the butthole for ruining Thanksgiving? I'm a 30-year-old woman, and I met my boyfriend, who's also 30, 3 years ago. Before me, he was together with his high school sweetheart. They fell out of love and broke up. A year later, we started dating. His mom, however, was still heartbroken about it. I was very understanding and thought she needed time to get to know me. The ex basically grew up with him, and they saw her as part of the family. For the first year of my relationship, his mom would call me his ex's name. Until my boyfriend got angry once and told her to be nice. She laughed it off and said that it was just a habit. After that, she started calling me by the wrong name. For example, she would call me Janet when my name is Jenny. I corrected her a couple of times, but she seemed to like hurting me, so I ignored it. My boyfriend has 2 sisters, and a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, we were invited to barbecue at one of the older sisters' house. I was in the kitchen with my boyfriend's mom, the sisters, and one of their husbands. The older sister then talked about how my boyfriend praised my cooking to her husband, and the mom was listening. The mom then said out loud, "Sure, why don't we let Janet make the turkey this year?" The sisters giggled and looked at each other and said, "That's a great idea." I didn't tell my boyfriend what happened. On Thanksgiving, we went to his mom's house with the usual wine and dessert. She was shocked. Everybody was shocked. I said, "What? I thought Janet was bringing the turkey." There was yelling, crying, and then we got kicked out. My boyfriend is so angry with me, and he hasn't talked to me since. I think it's over, to be honest. But I still don't think that I did anything wrong, did I? Okay, so personally, I think that getting someone's name wrong is one of the worst insults that you can do to someone verbally. Like, people throw around curse words and F you, you mother effer, you butthole, whatever. I mean, curse words are kind of cheap, but if you use someone's own name against them intentionally wrong, calling them by the wrong name or calling them by an ex's name or something, that is to me like one of the deepest ways that you can insult someone verbally. I mean, that's your own name. That's your identity. It's who you are. And they're using your own name, your own identity against you. And that's cruel and wrong. And OP, you have every right to be upset about it. Honestly, OP, if I were in your shoes, I would have done the exact same thing. I mean, yeah, Janet was supposed to bring the turkey and your name's Jenny, so what's the problem? OP, you get 0 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving the mother-in-law 3 out of 5 buttholes. I'm giving the sisters, I think 2 out of 5 buttholes because based on this story, it sounds like they were like in on the plan, in on the scheming, and they definitely joined in teasing you, which is pretty harsh even though they didn't start it. And honestly, I'm also giving your boyfriend 3 out of 5 buttholes because if I took my partner to visit my family and meet my family for the first time and my mother continuously called my girlfriend by the wrong name, I would have a straight sit-down conversation with my mom and say, get her name right, or this is the last time you're ever gonna see us. And yeah, he did defend you, but clearly not well enough because she kept doing it and then she just kind of changed tactic and he clearly just doesn't really care that much. So I'm giving him 3 out of 5 buttholes as well.